Hi, and welcome to Two Creations, the Asian American podcast where the Joy Luck Club meets drunk history. I'm your host, Cindy Yep.
And I'm Nancy Lee.
So, Nancy, what you been up to lately?
COVID, got engaged, got married, then pop a baby out 3 days later on no drugs.
Oh, just that? Just
Yeah.
that? That's it?
Pretty
Pretty
typical.
typical day?
Couple days, yeah.
Well, yeah, it seems that Nancy Lee had a baby, you guys.
Yeah. I am actually a mother. I am
Mother.
responsible for another human being and their life.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I think a lot of people, although they don't say it, think it.
No, this is the new mom, Nancy. This is the tiger mom, Nancy. This is a
Yeah.
new Nancy.
Man.
And you just popped out a new creation. We're gonna get all into that. I want to talk about the birth. I want to talk about, your experience, things you didn't know before, how it is with the new baby. But first, we should do some hams.
Yeah. What are hams, Cindy?
Hams are hella Asian moments. These are moments that occur to you if you are Asian and make you go, wow, that was hella Asian.
Yeah. And so any recent hams, even though we're in COVID?
Yeah, I mean, lots of hams still happen during COVID. COVID has not, hams,
Slow down hams?
hams are not closed for business. Hams just keep happening. So I went to, recently it was Thanksgiving, and I went to my sister's house for a socially distance Thanksgiving, and outdoors and everything, freezing cold. And
Oh, come on, freezing.
for
You're in
California,
California.
we're just wussy, okay? Northern California.
Where?
So, I went to their house. My sister was like, "Oh, um." There's some cheese and crackers you can start with. And I was like, oh, good. I'm starving. And my brother-in-law said, he's white. He said, I threw them away.
Huh?
Eh? He threw them in the garbage because there was only some left. Huh?
So you eat them.
Yeah, you eat them.
You don't throw them away.
I am the garbage.
You are human garbage disposal.
I am the garbage. You do not throw food away. And I was like, this household needs to be more Asian. Like, what are you teaching your kids?
How much money is getting tossed down the trash can?
I mean, could be the tip of the iceberg.
Do they eat
So-
leftovers?
God, I hope so.
Some people don't do leftovers.
But I'm starting to think, no. Who doesn't? I love a leftover.
That's the only thing I'm good at cooking.
In the microwave. But one more aspect to this ham, though. Not only do they throw food away in this household, and I was just being concerned about this, but then we start to serve turkey, and my niece wants white meat.
Oh. What did no one teach her where the juiciness and the flavor comes from?
What the fuck? White meat?
Cindy, you need to influence this girl more. That's
Yeah,
what
I
the
know.
conclusion is.
That's what's up. It may be too late, though, because she's 10 and she has a distaste for dark meats.
No, you can change that behavior.
Oh, my.
What do they say? Every 9 years, 6 years, things change or something. So maybe you just get her on that cycle when she's about to change over.
I
You
think
influence that.
I think that's what you hope as a new mom, but I don't know if that's true. Okay,
Well,
well,
that's a shame.
I know. Well, what's your ham?
Well, my ham is very timely given what has happened in my life, aka give birth to a baby. So everyone, it's COVID, so no one's really seeing her in person, but they see pictures. So everyone's like, the game they play, does this baby look like you or
Mhm.
Chris, my husband?
Mhm.
And everyone's like, oh, it's too early to tell, but I definitely see a lot of Chris in there, and Chris is white, clearly. But I see some of you, and I was like, oh, do you mean because she has almond shaped eyes? And they're like,
Dark hair
oh yes, it's
and
her eyes.
and coloring. Yeah.
Yeah,
Eyes. Yeah, like, it's
eyes.
something in the eyes, I don't know.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
You're
you
like,
mean her little split?
yeah, just
Well,
say
right
it.
there, this baby's sleeping 24/7. She's happy. So her eyes don't actually ever open. Only a select few individuals get to see those eyes open.
Oh my god. But if you do see them, they are what?
Her eye color is blue gray. They're beautiful. And
Wow.
Chris and I were just talking about how we hope they don't change. But her shape of her eye is definitely almond.
I
So,
mean, yeah.
whatever you want to take from that.
I don't know if you know a lot of half Asian and half white babies, but when they are born, they are 100% Asian.
That is what I heard.
That that is my experience. You could do a 23andMe and they'd be like Asian 100%.
They look heavy Asian in the beginning, and as they grow up, they morph and they take more on of those non-Asian qualities,
Oh, so
features.
your baby is an Asian baby with light eyes.
Yes.
That makes her a special unicorn a la Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, she will be.
She'll be great for human sacrifices by a underlord of Chinese mythology in Chinatown, San Francisco.
But just to add on to this ham, talking about people not even realizing their level of racism, given the BLM movement, but let's take that into any sort of culture or people not realizing how
Frequent ham.
people have referred to her eyes as oriental.
No,
And yes, you have small eyes.
they use the O word.
Not someone I am
No,
friends with. This is an outsider that I am not friends with through generations and
older.
different geography, if I will.
That's like I almost think is like post-racial. It's like, how does it? You're like a vestige of the past, like how birds used to be dinosaurs. Like you still have, you know what I mean? You still have like scaly feet. You're like, why are you alive? How are you still here
Why?
and thinking that way?
Or you have webs in between your fingers.
Exactly.
Well, that was my ham.
And that's a good ham. I love a good ham. Gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this. I want to hear everything up to and including the birth. How was the pregnancy for you?
The pregnancy, you guys may hate me, especially ones that have gone through the whole pregnancy thing. I really just gained weight in my stomach. You couldn't really tell that I had a baby unless you saw me from the front side. So if you saw me from the back side, I still kind of looked the same. My ass wasn't as tight, but there's nothing I could do.
I do hate you
But
because that's not fair. And um listeners, I have seen Nancy, you know, like a full body video of Nancy. This bitch has a waist, okay? I'm not pregnant, nor will I probably ever be, but I do not have the waist that this bitch has after having had a baby.
I think they say it's because I'm breastfeeding and like your uterus shrinks a lot from breastfeeding. There's a lot of benefits of breastfeeding. We can get into that, but Yeah, I didn't have morning sickness. My feet, ankles kind of swelled toward the ninth month, but I'll be honest, my pregnancy was pretty tame and chill.
This is just unfair. And also, you're not, it's just a fact, you're not young. You're not a young, you
Yeah,
should be so proud of this.
I was still, I will say, in my 30s when I gave birth, but 2 weeks later I turned 40. So I was on that cusp, and
I mean, that's,
I'll leverage that as
I
long
still
as I
think
can.
it's on the later end of, your body being in its top form, even though, like, you do work out and your Pilates queen, that might be responsible for the butt being so tight, tight, tight.
But we've all been sitting since March on our asses. Um, so I guess I have to just say thank you, mom and dad, for my genetics, my genes, and
Yes.
leveraging that as much as I can. But yeah, the pregnancy was pretty standard and easy besides COVID and being locked down in my apartment, like everybody else who's probably listening to this. But we moved. That's another big sort of news here. We moved out of Manhattan, which I would like to call home. I called home for over 20 years, and now we live in the beautiful state of New Jersey. But as people say, it is now nice to look at the snow globe, but not live in the snow globe.
That is beautiful, and especially in today's time. And New York lives forever. New York will never die. Um,
I mean, I own a home slash my multi-purpose room slash studio apartment. So I still pay taxes to that damn state.
that's what matters. That's
So
where the home is where you pay taxes to. Yeah,
taxes, right?
I think
Yeah.
that's the saying.
So I kept the apartments and now we live in Edgewater, New Jersey, which is right across the Hudson, so not too far. And we live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment and we rent. And it seems like the largest place ever. Out of my family, between my parents and my sister and myself, we all live in cities. And I am the person that has the largest apartment because I have 2 bathrooms. And let's say that is a game changer. 2 bathrooms.
2 bathrooms. Wow.
It's great. It's like lap of luxury having 2 bathrooms. We like forgot that we had a second bathroom. We kept waiting for each other for the bathroom. And my husband's like, why are we not using the second bathroom? We just forgot we had it.
This is first world problems.
Now we use it.
How did your parents, relatives feel about you renting after having owned?
They're just happy I still own.
La Fei Chin.
No, they're fine with it, to be honest, but they're always like, "Okay, so eventually you will buy a new home." And the plan is to live here for a couple of years for the life of the lease and then eventually figure out where to go. But they're fine. They haven't given me a lot of crap for it yet.
And then also you got married. How do they feel about you getting married so quickly in order to make
Like a
it done?
shotgun wedding kind of thing. I mean, literally, we had the marriage certificate ceremony on a Saturday, and we had Noah, which is the name of my daughter, Noa.
So you had a bit of a shotgun wedding, because you wanted to lock it in before the baby was born.
Yes, before the baby came.
Couldn't have really guests because it's COVID.
Yes, yes. So
How did your parents feel about that?
they were fine with it. I think they're really not so concerned with the marriage stuff. They're just so excited about the baby and the next generation.
They're just like in love with it as long as it's not a bastard. No, I'm just kidding.
But from a distance, it's very funny. Like they came to see her, and granted, my parents are older, the last time they really held a baby was probably about 40 years ago with me. And so they look at her with their hands behind their back, like, "Oh," like, kind of like a museum piece or something, like, very delicate and whatnot, and I'm trying to be like, "Hold the baby," and they're like, "Oh, the neck wobbles. You take it."
That's great.
I was like, You had a child, right? Like, you know how to d," and they're like, "That was a long, long time ago." And they were never like the parents or the aunties and uncles that, like, were really involved in, like, their niece and nephew's lives,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? They weren't it was like
And
they
they
were
were
in her
hard
kids if they were the
for not just
like,
them, but you
others.
being your relatives and your friends. I mean, that's not something that you expected going into this. What all that matters is that she's healthy and that she has you guys. But is that tough?
Uh, not really. I feel like, especially with COVID, I think everyone is just so more hypersensitive to being in each other's space. Like, I do have a couple
Mhm.
friends that are like, "Oh, when can I come over?" I'm like, "Oh, let's try 2021." Um, and also because, if you again, things I'm learning as a new mother, I didn't know before, but, like, with a newborn baby, they have, like, no immune system in the beginning. So, forget COVID being an issue, just in general, she's so young, she's only 7 weeks old. We don't have massive amount of guests. I just have a valid excuse now with COVID to not allow them to come over.
That's so true. It's like sometimes you're like, actually, that's fine. Got lots of
Yeah.
excuses now.
Yeah, yeah, COVID's a good excuse, but the friends that have come over or the relatives that have come over, they have the flu shot and the Tdap shot, which are the 2 main shots you have to have, and, I don't really let anyone hold her. The only people that have held her is, my husband and I and my sister, who's her auntie slash, bunkmate, because
Hmm.
she now sleeps in the baby room because there's a bed there.
And didn't you say there's some kind of like Chinese rule about the amount of time you're supposed to wait to have visitors or something?
Oh, not visitors. So, basically, my cousin, Stephanie, she had a baby many moons ago, actually 10 years ago, so but her mom was very involved with taking care of her and the baby once, they came into the world. And basically, she was like, "Oh," before I gave birth, she was like, "Oh, are you gonna do X, Y, and Z?" Like, you basically don't so there's, like, these Chinese rituals, and basically, it's like, when you give birth, you need to, like, refill your yin, like the yin and yang kinda
Hmm.
concepts, and so mothers are not supposed to leave their home for a month. You're basically on lockdown for a month.
What is
You are not supposed to leave your home. You're not supposed to shower. Shower.
uh
Yes.
is this like the Renaissance? Like when are these rules from?
They're like ancient Chinese proverbs.
Well,
Eh,
yeah.
no, and like
Chinese
you,
people are into this shit because guess what? It gave them over 1 billion people. So they're like,
yeah,
something must
they're like,
be right. Yeah.
right?
So let's just keep
Uh,
adding rules to it that don't make no sense.
but it's something about like your yin is empty, so you have to fill it back up. So you can't leave your home. You eat those 1,000-year old eggs. Like, you're supposed to have a lot of fish broth. Again, you don't shower. You don't leave your home. There's like a lot. It's like basically your the baby took everything out of you. So for the next month, you are supposed to sit on your ass and not move. And all these people are supposed to do things for you to like fill your yin up. So then the next month, your month 2, you are back to like normal and can be your tiger mom, super efficient Asian woman again.
Good to go. Yeah.
Pretty
This
much.
sounds like a very stinky regimen. The
Yeah.
showering, the fish broth. I mean, the 1,000-year-old eggs? I mean,
Well, I mean,
why does
everything's kinda stinky, isn't
I
it?
mean, Chinese medicine is all about the stinkier the better.
I mean, you
If
go into those herb medicine
Mm.
places and you smell it and it's like, it
if it's stinky,
it's
it's
like if I could
worse.
hold my breath for more than 30 minutes, it'd be great.
That's awesome.
But I didn't do any of those. But I did have fish soup. My mom was pretty adamant for my sister to make that for me because it's supposed to help you breastfeed. The breastfeeding thing, I mean, I don't know how much we want to talk about it, but it's kind of like this crazy, crazy circle of life kind of concept. Like, I eat things and they affect her because I'm breastfeeding her. For example, I had a charcuterie plate the other day that consisted of meats and cheese. And then
I
this
don't
poor girl, she has
like
no idea that she is about to have the worst sleep of her life because mommy decided to eat brie and hard cheeses, and now she's gassy as fuck. And like like little babies, besides everything being very brand new to them, gas and shitting is the loudest thing. Like, not loud in the sense of like what it spews out, which you do hear it, but it's more like they don't know how to like do it yet. So they're like, and all you hear from this little like 20-inch being is this massive.
and that's what I sound like, so
And like you think they're crying. They're not crying. They're just trying to pass gas or take a massive
it's
shit.
not far. I haven't grown.
So it's not too far from you and I.
I also think it's funny as hell, so have not grown.
Uh, But basically this poor child, I realized that
Mhm.
I need to not eat as much cheese. So now I'm very like much more mindful of like what I am eating.
It's weird.
Also, I had a lot of green vegetables because I was trying to be good and have vegetables, and it comes out in her poo. It's like very green, and I was nervous. Like new mothers are nervous about everything, right? That is just the way we're built. And
Let me get this straight. You're eating what you eat. You eat something green. Then you breastfeed her.
mhm,
The milk is white,
correct. It is not green.
and then it comes out through the little poopy machine
Yeah, her
green.
intestine, you know,
What in the hell?
a circle of life. Oh,
There
Simba.
it's a circle of life.
Sometimes we hold her up and we pretend like she's Simba and we're on the tip of the mountain.
Alright, that's disgusting. You can stop now.
Yeah, I snorted.
I know, it's a thing. But I if you want, can we talk about the birth?
Sure. I mean, it was pretty
How
intense, but short. So the trend in the world of pregnant women is C-sections, unplanned C-sections.
Mm,
And for listeners, C-sections, not to be, there's two ways you get a baby out. It's called vaginal, through your vagina, or through
and anal.
no anal.
No, not anal?
You don't get the baby through your ass.
No butt
There's
baby?
2 holes you
No?
have. You only use 1 hole for the baby. The other way you get the baby out, Cindy, I didn't know I had to give her,
Please teach me.
biology.
How does this work?
So when I was going through this whole experience, I was like, okay, my goal is to have a vaginal birth, healthy, and all this stuff. So I got a doula. I don't know if you guys know what doulas are, but they're basically like coaches
Oh,
for
yeah.
you during pregnancy and through birth specifically and labor and all that fun stuff. And what's it called? So basically, I have had early contractions, early labor, that's what they call, at home, thinking that It was in the middle of the night. So I thought I was just constipated. I kept waking up every like 30 minutes, having to go take a shit. And instead of shit, it would be like a massive amount of air. And I just thought I was like constipated, to be completely honest with you guys. And then the next morning, I go lie in my bed. My husband's about to go to work. And he was like, let me get your laptop. Like, just stay in bed. Like, don't overdo yourself. You always overdo yourself because that's how Asian women are, right? You just maximize all your time. And
Oh, you type A multitask? No.
yeah, I mean, the day before I went to Costco, Walmart, and got a massage, and then gave birth like 10 hours later.
What?
Yes. I mean, people saw me and were like, "Whoa, you're pretty pregnant." Yep, that's kind of what happens when you're 9 months pregnant. You look pregnant. So,
You're like, thank
yeah, right.
Okay.
So basically, all of a sudden, these like I heard these 2 pops in my stomach, like pop, pop, and like, and the Hoover Dam of fluid came out of my legs, specifically
That's what
my lady part area. And I go to Chris. I'm like, Chris, can you grab me a towel? And he was like, why do you need a towel? I'm like, a massive amount of fluid just came out of my legs and I need a towel. So he was like, okay. So we're like, what the heck? Is this my water breaking? They called these like mucus plugs, blah, 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 all this stuff that happens. So anyway, that happened. And then I start going through contractions, which I was doing hypnobirthing. So we don't call them contractions. We call them
wait. What is hypnobirthing?
hypnobirthing is, people talk about Lamaze and these type of breathing techniques that you use during labor. I went through this hypnobirthing, which is basically the concept of being very chill and calm during your breathing. And like you have lavender as aroma, so you're calm. So the concept is you're calm, so you bring your baby into a calm space versus when you're going through labor and contractions and you're stressed and it's like high tense, it's very intense. So you're anxious and you're tight versus in hypnobirthing, you're cool and calm, so you're not tense. And so you're chill and your baby is chill when they come out. You're looking at me like
I like this.
I'm crazy.
I like this idea.
It's like
No, I like this idea. I would just thought hypnobirthing.
yeah, people think it's like
I'm a little bit disappointed, okay, to be honest, because I thought it was like somebody, puts you out
no,
and it's like
yeah,
you're not feeling any pain. The baby likes you. I don't know.
yeah, like try to hypnotize you. There is a
Yeah.
point of that. There is audio that goes along with it that talks to you like your body is made to give birth and you can do this. Believe in your body and your body will believe in you. It is something like this.
That's great.
Because I needed something. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, are you taking birthing classes?" And this is like, okay, you have 40 weeks of pregnancy, so you know. And so week 30, people keep asking me, and I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing. And so I was like, I think I should get on this because I'm about to give birth anytime. So we do this
I love how nonchalant you are about this.
I mean, I mean, you're like stuck in your house for the past like 6 months. You then realize that like, oh, you are actually giving birth. This is real and you got to get your shit together. People would have like, "Did you take baby CPR?" And to you and my listeners, no, I didn't take baby CPR. And I really hope she doesn't need it. But like people act like you are a bad parent because you didn't take all these classes. Like again, people have had babies for the beginning of time. They didn't have baby CPR classes back then.
Okay, but a lot of those babies were Chinese. So maybe you don't have to, and maybe other people do.
Because we were able to persevere among these many.
I mean, it might have been survival of the fit is.
It doesn't
Because we
count that
just
she's
made
half it off.
so many babies that we bred them out for needing CPR. Because they would be like, "You're choking? Okay, fucking get over it."
Babies, like, talk about choking. They can't, like, they're just such basic beings, and it's so beautiful how basic they are. Like, she flails her arms like this if she can't breathe or is choking and needs to be burped. And you're just like, "What's wrong, Lassie? Are you okay?" And she's like, I, oh. And I was like, "Oh, you can't breathe. I must help you, lift you, and let you burp or fart or get gas or air out of either orifice of your mouth or your butt."
Just shake it loose.
Yes.
So
And then,
either doing that.
but there is a 50-50 chance that will lead to projectile vomit.
Oh, fuck.
But don't worry.
Say the bodily things that I'm just like too scared of.
Okay.
Like when I heard, my niece was like 2 or something, and my sister told me that sometimes at night she'll reach into her diaper or whatever age it is that you're still in a diaper. I have no idea. She'll reach into her diaper, grab some stuff, and then smear it all over the walls.
Wait, your sister did this or the child?
The child.
Oh, I was like, your sister did
No,
this?
the
This is
sister.
kind of messed up.
That would be a little too savage, even for her. But
It's like, let's
it
take that
goes in.
and lay it on the wall.
Yeah, it could be some kind of West Coast
New age.
oneness with your baby thing. Yeah, no, the child did it, and I was like, can't have kids. Nope, not having kids. That's the day I decided.
I think some of the things, talking about things you aren't aware of and are surprised to hear, you see in TV or in the movies, like people going to labor, and it's like, oh, my water broke. Oh, this massive amount of water. And then they do these like, like breathing things. And then all of a sudden the baby like comes out, right? No one tells you about what happens in between pushing the baby out and your water breaking. And I'm here to tell you, Cindy, my dear friend, what I learned through my experience 7 weeks ago. Basically, once your water breaks, it is just the beginning of water coming out of you. Every contraction you have massive amount of fluids that come out of you during that contraction.
What?
Yes. Water
I
breaking
did
is not the only liquid that comes out of your lady part.
It's always like on the shows. Okay, I have just seen all 16, 17 seasons of Grey's Anatomy during COVID, and now I'm working on Survivor from Ep 1 of 40 seasons.
40.
40 seasons.
There is
But anyway,
content out
on
there.
Grey's Anatomy, if somebody looks at you funny, you're pregnant. And then if you as soon as you're pregnant, watch out because your car's going to get T-boned. You're going to fall down the stairs. The hospital's on fire. Just watch the fuck out and don't get anywhere near that pregnant woman because there's about to be an accident. And it's always like, oh, my water broke. And there's like a little tinkle down by the ankles. Little do. Little, oh no, clear liquid, my water broke. And then they go, oh, and then they have like this birth that always for some reason involves brain surgery at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, they don't tell you about waves of fluid. I honestly didn't know that.
I had no idea. Again, with the doula, thank God I had a doula. I was like, is everything okay? Like, is something wrong? Like, why is fluid continuously coming out of my body and my water already broke? She's like, that's normal. I'm like, really? Why the fuck doesn't anyone tell you this? I have talked to a few friends that have had their babies, and I was like, "You lied. You did not tell me the truth. You omitted or certain information, and I don't know why. And I'm here to tell you guys the truth. You break your water breaks and then you go through contraction waves, whatever you want to fucking call them, massive pains, that basically the most painful thing I've ever gone through. And fluids come out of you constantly. And here's why. You guys are smart people. I will explain this to you because it makes sense when someone explains it to you. You have a baby in your uterus and you're continuously pushing it down so it comes out of your vagina. But there is water in the path. There is fluid in the path. So as you pull the baby down, which is through a contraction or a wave, you push out fluids because that baby is trying to come out. It makes
Your baby is trying to surf the wave.
correct. She is a surfer. She is body waving. Is that what it's called? Body wave?
Body surfing?
Body surfing. Is that what it's called?
Nancy's had the first drink in like months. So, like, cognition
Is a little bit slow.
is altered. So, yeah.
Sorry about that. But I needed it.
No, I'm just kidding. To have it. I'm having a kombucha and getting a little bit turnt on the booch.
But you're not red. I am red.
You are red? I don't get the red.
I know. You're lucky like
I'm very lucky.
There are some aspects that there's some tendencies that not all Asians go through. You, Cindy, do not get red when you drink.
I don't get red.
I, though,
That's the one thing.
get really red. And Pepid, Jesus fucking Christ. Pepsid AC is my best friend.
That is true. That's the secret, right?
It's a
Asians out there.
secret.
How to be Asian
How to drink
lesson.
being Asian.
How to drink and be Asian lesson. Take some Pepsid.
30 minutes before you consume alcohol. If you take it after you have consumed alcohol, it is a waste of money. And do not
Do not waste
waste
money.
that pill or money that you
How to be Asian
per
Yep.
unit price.
Second lesson. This podcast is a free podcast, you guys.
And we offer you
It's
life-saving.
so much great information.
I know, right?
Okay, so what we didn't talk about though is upon onset of the first wave, you go to the hospital, what happens?
I go to the hospital and I am in terrible pain. It is, I think they try to make it look pretty on TV or whatnot, but like it is a pain that you cannot describe. It's just like you want to tear your hair out of your head type of pain. It's so painful. So I really don't think I'm having another child, but that's another conversation. But once I get to the
Let's table that. Let's table
can-
that for right now.
we can what's it called? Parking lot.
Let's put a pin in it. Yeah.
And
In the parking lot.
And so basically I go to the hospital, I get there, and they like wheel you in on a wheelchair, which I'm basically spewing blood and fluid all over because I'm having these waves. They push me to the front desk, and these front desk women are asking you, what is your name? When did contractions start? What is your insurance policy number? Like all this bullshit while you're like you're literally pushing and going through your waves. And literally not that I was trying to be a nice person, but I was like a complete bitch because I literally was like, I don't understand why you're asking me these questions. I'm a patient. If you look in your little system, it is already there. All the information is there. Why are you asking me right now? Ma'am, this is just policy. Well, this is a stupid fucking policy. I am going to give birth right now. So they take you to triage. And there's a bunch of people in there, and they're like, "Oh," they're again asking, how far apart are the contractions? When did you start? All this stuff. And I'm like, I'm like screaming. And they're like, oh shit, this woman's in active labor and she's already 10 centimeters dilated, meaning like this baby is coming. And so they're like, let's prep the delivery room. They bring you up there and they're just basically like, so I got to the delivery room at 11:45 a.m. And they're just basically like, you need to start pushing. And I go, wait. I want drugs. And I literally screamed, I want drugs. And my doctor actually shows up, which is very, very rare. Most often your doctor is not on call. So your baby is delivered by someone else who's in the practice. But my doctor was actually there. And she shows up and she's like, yeah, I see your baby's head already. And I was like, okay, but I want drugs. I've been telling people from the beginning of getting into this hospital, I want drugs. I'm not trying to be like a hippie here and do this with no drugs and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, by the time the anesthesiologist comes and your epidural wears in, like you could have already had this baby. So she's like, I have all the confidence in you that you can have this baby right now. Like all you have to do is push. And in my
Oh
head,
my God.
this has been the scariest part about ever having a baby. It's actually giving birth. Like the pain of giving birth. But everyone talked me through it. They're like, well, you just get an epidural and you don't feel anything. So that's what I'm banking on. That epidural. I was like, okay, I can have this baby because I'm not going to feel the pain. Crack of shit. You don't have the option. I don't have the option. And I just basically have to like bear down. So my doctor and this nurse like take the bottom of my feet where I'm pressing against and like they're just like push. And they push in these intervals of 10 seconds. And basically I get to the delivery room at 11:45 and I gave birth at 11:56.
Jesus Christ.
11 minutes. 11
What the
minutes.
hell?
And this baby pops out.
And how long were you in labor before this?
Well, it's hard to
Before you got to the hospital?
well, it's hard to say. I would say active labor when after my water broke, probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. But
How?
in the middle of the night when I thought I was constipated and I had to take a shit, but I didn't actually take a shit, that was actually me being in early labor.
Oh my God, thank God you didn't push. If you tried really hard to take a shit,
Those girls that say they don't think they didn't know they were pregnant, that they just shat the baby out in the toilet.
toilet baby. You would have had a toilet baby.
That'd been scary. Although I think
Then you wish you had baby CPR then.
oh my God.
Shouldn't have slept on that class.
Yeah, that I don't know if they go into that level of CPR when the umbilical cord's still attached. You're like, should I disconnect it or just leave it because that's where all the nutrients are coming from anyway? It's like a self-feeder. Yeah, so then I had the baby and the other part they don't tell you about is the placenta. That still needs to come out of you after the baby.
Oh yeah, you have to give birth to the placenta.
That thing is massive. It's like a dinner plate size. It's huge. And literally, my doctor like fisted me trying to get that freaking thing out of me.
That was graphic just then.
Yep. I don't hold anything
I
back.
wasn't ready. I
See,
wasn't
this
ready.
is a free fall. You didn't.
I mean, I know that a baby comes out of there, but to violently put something in, I was not ready for that.
Yes. And there's no
It's a free-for-all in your lady bits. It's everyone's just, like, punching and grabbing and pushing, shoving things there.
I even got a COVID test in the midst of all this.
Oh my god, you're swabbing, you're stabbing.
Yeah, it's very
Jesus.
invasive, and every orifice you have that's open, people are shoving or pulling something out of it, it feels like.
It's like a gangbang.
You know, I've never been gangbanged, but I mean, I was kinda numb.
I think you might have.
Yeah, without
You
even
might have
knowing.
now. Well,
So that was
she came out and she's healthy and
she's
great.
beautiful, she's great, she's the like, honestly, like, I know a lot of moms say this, but she's, like, a super amazing, beautiful, healthy, like, good baby. She sleeps, poops, eats, and does this in a nice little cycle of 24 hours.
That's
She
so
poops a
great.
lot, she goes through a lot of diapers, which makes me feel bad about the environment. That could be another conversation. But basically, she sleeps a lot. And I am being told that I need to appreciate this time because eventually they will not sleep and they will not sit down and you need to watch them 24/7.
Great. Thanks. Great advice. Thanks, moms.
Uh,
Little something to look forward to.
yeah, but
Mm.
right now she stays
So
put and she's really cute and adorable. She has a little mohawk. Like she came out of the womb with more hair than my dad.
she looks amazing. She's very punk.
She's
She has a
very
look.
punk. She looks like she needs a little band, Cindy. Maybe she can be part of your band someday.
I would love that.
She can be like the sound machine that does the
Yeah, that's what we need. We'll start invent a new genre of music called pooping your brains out. Oh, speaking of pooping your brains out, I gotta know, did you poop on the table?
I did not. I did
No,
not
okay,
shit
okay,
myself.
good.
But I do have to say I peed myself a lot. And that's not just during labor or giving birth. That was the past couple weeks of post partum.
Then that seems totally natural, and I don't see how you could stop it. I mean, I pee when I'm on a trampoline for too long.
I miss the fact that I can control my urine flow.
I have heard that it's hard to go running after.
I wouldn't know. I don't run.
Oh, that's fair. Anyway, let's bring it back to the Asian perspective. So, as a new tiger mom of a new creation, what are some of the Asian customs or habits that we grew up with that you want to pass on to your baby?
Well, I try to keep her belly button, stomach covered at all times.
Cover that shit. Cover that shit. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go and listen to our episode 1, Old Wives' Tales, and, just do yourself a favor and do that.
But my mom, when I talk to her and I think the fact that she has clothes on her stomach is the belly button is covered. So in my mind, she's okay. But with
Mhm.
Alice Lee, she sees my baby on whatever, like lying in her boppy or whatever, and she's like, "Where's the blanket? You have to cover the belly button.
It's covered, mom.
It's covered with
It's not
clothes."
enough. It's not enough. It's never enough, is it?
No,
Gotta cover that shit.
no.
Why don't you just brick it up with some cement? And then it's really
It's
covered.
like a true barrier.
Mhm.
Um,
What else? Are you gonna give her a Chinese name?
oh, she has a Chinese name. I don't remember it off the top of my head because my parents gave it to her.
You don't know your baby's name.
Oh, I know her. name that I gave her, but my parents gave her a name. Well, this is the second go. So basically, here's what happened. During the whole like pregnancy thing, my sister is like, "Well, you're giving the baby a Chinese name, right?" Meaning you have to.
You are. It's not a
It wasn't a
question.
question, even though she gave it a question intonation in when she said it to me. It wasn't said that way. It wasn't meant to be
It's
that way.
more of a it's a command. Yeah.
So basically, I'm like, I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna keep her with an American name, her American name, and that's it. And my sister's like, "Oh, you're not gonna give her a Chinese name?"
That's her birthright.
And I was just like, yeah, not gonna give her a Chinese name. Because to be honest, like, where is this actually documented? Right? She's like, that's not the point, Nancy. You are supposed to give her a Chinese name. She's Chinese. And I'm like, okay. Is it really that important? Yes. Yes, it's that
I
important.
mean, I think you're coming from a place of someone who has a Chinese name that maybe you don't love all that much.
Yes, that is true.
Can you remind the listeners what your Chinese name is and what it means?
My Chinese name is Li Runan. And not to get too much into it, but basically the translation is like a boy.
Is that because they wanted a boy? Because that's
Well,
they always
because I
want
was the
boy.
second kid, right? And my sister has pronoun. She's a woman. So they wanted a boy for their second kid. Clearly wasn't a boy, but my dad thought it would be real funny if you named me like a boy. So I had
So
male tendencies.
basically,
I was the boy.
your name means not good enough. Your name means second best.
Yeah,
Runner up.
basically like as close as you're gonna get.
Oh.
So
And by the way, everybody, when you have a second Chinese child, that is only an attempt to get a boy or a second boy.
yes,
Otherwise, they wouldn't try.
or more child labor,
Or more child labor if you own a restaurant like Nancy's parents did.
which is what I was, child labor.
Mm-hmm.
Although they say,
So okay,
like,
sorry I derailed you. What was the result of what they gave the child, your child?
so basically, I told my parents, like, you need to come up with this Chinese name because I have no clue how to do this. They're like, okay. You know, they have a lot of time on their hands. Like, what are they doing? They don't even leave their apartment anymore with COVID. And so I talked to them a couple weeks later, and then they told me what the Chinese name is. And I'm like, what does this mean? And they're like, it doesn't mean anything. Huh? What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? They basically chose the Chinese characters that make it sound like the American name.
Okay, that's okay, but does it mean any
No, it means nothing. No.
But does it accidentally mean something like when people get Chinese name tattoos?
No. It means nothing. It was just literally finding characters that sound like the American.
Like Noah.
Yes. So basically, it was Noah, and
Noah.
and I told.
Are you supposed to say it like that?
Noah.
See, aren't you glad you got a Chinese name? Noah.
And I told Chris, and Chris is like, my husband, and he's like, are you serious? I go, yes. I told my parents this is unacceptable, and they have to go back to the drawing board and find a name that has like meaning. That is the whole point of your Chinese name. So I gave them another 6 weeks and then finally asked them again, and they came up with what we are going to officially go with her Chinese name, which again, I don't remember what it is, but the translation of it is bright future, which sounds so much better than like
The translation is Khan Academy.
Yep.
The translation is be a doctor.
Summer school.
Conversation. Baby MCAT.
Yes, right? But
Yeah.
it sounds pretty. I just am a
Just
bad
don't know what it
Asian
is.
and don't remember what it is.
That's fine.
And there will be no documentation of it.
Of course.
Right now, I have it on a Post-it that my parents gave me.
I mean, like, I have a Post-it. Literally, it's a Post-it of how I spell my Chinese name. I mean, the characters, because I don't know it.
What is your Chinese name?
So,
Send me to refresh my.
Shun Shun.
And it means?
Shun Shun. It means the water that goes along with the river.
So are you easygoing? Is that what it's trying to say?
Yeah, it's supposed to mean I'm easygoing and chill.
Like, no opinion. You're like, no, whatever.
Well, okay, yeah. That sounds like just like me, right?
No
Just go with the
confrontation.
flow.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. It literally means go with the flow. My last name means leaf, so it's like a leaf that goes on the river.
Oh, that's actually a really pretty visual.
Yeah.
It's
It's nice. It's very zen. It's very natural, just like me. Um, well, I wanted to be mindful of your time.
Oh, I've been in the
So-
closet for an hour and 10 minutes.
You're probably like, this is amazing. I'm having a margarita and I'm alone.
I know. I mean, I'm literally in my closet for sound effect, but it is the first time that I don't have a dog yapping at me, a baby in my view that I need to be concerned about. My husband's
Well, I wanted
on point.
Oh, go ahead. Your husband's on point. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for allowing us to make this special episode of Two Creations. I wanted to just ask you as a sort of a, time capsule kind of thing.
Okay.
What would you say to what do you want to say to your baby when she's grown up? If you were just like, want to tell her something, then later in life you can play this back for her. What do you want to say?
Well, she's like older, like in her 20s. I would tell her this.
Sure.
Mommy was pregnant with you during a really tough time, aka 2020, COVID, whatever you want to call it. And I did it drug and alcohol free.
That's crazy.
And I love you very much. And I hope you never have to go through 2020 the way I went through 2020. But you are the light. You are the best thing that happened this year, period. Full stop.
Mm, I'm not crying. You're crying. I had something. Was that it? Anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay. I had something that I wanted to say to her, if you will.
Oh,
allow
yeah.
me.
It's in the capsule.
Okay, right. Listen. It starts like this. Listen, little Noah. Noah, I know you're probably busy becoming a 14-year-old Doogie Howser, knowing you're overachieving mom, but I want you to know your mom really loves you and wants the best for you. And even though you may not have grown up like we did, actually that was probably better for you. You might have a normal relationship with money and your parents and people, and you're gonna have like that really cool ambiguously ethnic look. But I just want you to remember, breast meat is for white people. Breast meat is dry dog shit and they can have it. Love, Auntie Cindy.
I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
So put that in the capsule.
Are you going to teach her about red meat and not overcooking your red meat?
I mean, if she wants to be a poultry baby, that works for me, but, like, you gotta understand the best parts of the animal and in life are not the most, may not be the most common parts, may not be the most palatable looking parts. Um, that's what I want her to know.
Okay. Well, hopefully she's adventurous and will be more adventurous with food than her mom, because I am a wuss,
Mhm.
as you know.
I will be taking her on food tours.
Yep. You will take her to experience the good food where I will teach her what
About leftovers.
leftovers. Yes.
About teach her about leftovers.
Leftovers are great. I'm not going to lie. You don't have to
I
cook them
fucking love leftovers.
and toaster. Oh, I'll leave our listeners with this. The
Okay.
best thing that I received in 2020 besides my baby was an air fryer I got from my husband.
Great.
It's amazing, the air fryer.
Tell us about it.
The air fryer is this magical appliance for your kitchen that you can cook anything in, and you just have to put the temperature and the time and voila, and it's cooked with air, and it's not greasy, and it makes me feel good about myself.
Hear that, everybody? That's our final thought to you. Um, air fryer, just like with a breathy voice. Air fryer. Air f- air fryer. Make sure you get the emphasis right. Air fryer. Oh, Nancy, I'm so proud of you, this new stage in your life, and I'm so happy you have the cutest baby ever, 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 ever. And we wish you all the luck. I don't know who we is. We as in me and myself in an air fryer. So thank you for taking the time.
Oh, I am so happy it's been a long time, Cindy. And,
Yeah, it has.
we've all been going through some craziness this year, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about my experience and the beginning of motherhood. It's just the beginning. She's only 7 weeks old.
It really is just the
I
beginning.
mean, if you think about it, like, how many weeks old are you, Cindy?
I can't even tell you. There's no
Come
way.
on, you're Asian. Shouldn't you know?
You know that I'm an
like,
Asian without math. You know that.
well, and I'm also an Asian without math. My husband is a human abacus. If he was in the room, he could do the
I mean, that's why we're
multiplier. Like,
Asians, essentially. We can't do math. We're limited.
true.
We have to do other things.
But luckily, we have calculators on
Mhm.
our phone. And Excel. Anywho, this was great. I miss Two Crasians tremendously. There will be more to share as I get schooled by my Asian family about motherhood, because I'll definitely tell you this, they are not stopping with their opinions and sharing of
They're
them.
not shy. This is their time, you know?
Oh man, I took my daughter out to walk my dog, and my parents are so concerned I'm going to take my daughter out in the cold that my poor dog should suffer and not go to the bathroom because it is cold outside and I can't take my daughter and the dog out at
I
the
mean,
same
the
time.
things that go through their heads, like, we could power a nuclear uh missile.
Plant.
Clams?
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
plants.
plants.
I was going to say
That is the
plants.
word I was thinking of, but then what I heard was clams. So they could power a nuclear clams.
Plants.
Sorry. I think I also need a margarita.
The the kombucha is getting to you,
Yeah.
huh?
I'm
That
I'm
that
getting
shit
the
is
vapors off of you. So, with that, thanks everyone for listening. Hope you like us and follow us on Instagram at Two Creations. Also, Two Creations on Facebook. Um, Write us at Gmail. Keep in touch. Keep on listening. Hit subscribe and tell your friends about us. We love to get new listeners.
Until then.